Are those Lino flowers? I've never seen so many all blossoming at once. I'll be spending the next 2 years here. Wonder how long it'll be before I think of it as home. But yeah, I think I'm going to like it.
Well, this is a bit awkward.
It's just not your day, is it? It's funny, I went into this thinking combat practice would be the toughest part of the curriculum.
But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
Whether you're a noble or not is beside the point. The bottom line is you lied to me.
You just keep reminding me how unlike a noble you truly are.
I can understand the importance of tradition. Where do you think they let you get off saying the kinds of things you did?
I hope the things we learned during our field studies can help us all make a difference in the world.
You can do this when you want to, and yet you consistently hold back.
Too much effort, I guess.
From today, you shall know us as the Imperial Liberation Front.
I'm Crow Armbrest. Starting today, I'll be joining you as a member of Class 7.
Well, what do you think? I'm still not certain he's going to make it in time. So this is Thor's military academy, huh? I think I'm gonna like it here. I'm surprised you noticed me. I was trying pretty hard to be stealthy.
Darkness can't exist where light is. Let's be that light! What's really important is our chance to leave a legacy here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed a shocking turn of events. Chancellor Osborne has been shot by an unknown assailant.
That bullet sparked a fire which grew and grew before our eyes, evolving into a great flame that smothered our light in an instant.
C's instructions were to head straight for the academy and take all of the students captive.
Let's see how much fight you've really got in you.
All I could do was endure the torment of my own sense of powerlessness.
Dost thou desire the power?
Heed my call.
Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
I didn't know the pure bliss that comes from being with others, nor did I know the ache that comes from parting with them.
But at the end of the day, I'm C. That's the real deal.
No, they need me! Let me stay!
Welcome everyone to Trails of Cold Steel 3, by which I mean...
what happened in 2 and 1.
And we're going to be discussing what happened in 2 throughout the course of this video, except we're going to do it in a bit of a fun way. We are going to go on a road trip throughout all of Eastern Erebonia.
Really?
Yep. Everywhere the light touches is our kingdom.
Do I get to go to Crossbell?
No.
Oh.
Now I know what you're thinking, Zeke. You're thinking a very good question. How are we going to travel throughout all of Eastern Erebonia when we're on foot?
By horse.
No. No, you stupid mongrel. We have technology, Zeke. We have motorcycles!
Yay!
As you can see, as a site to ecumenicalism, the bike is Toa. However, the person in the sidecar is Laura, so everyone is happy. No one should be displeased.
Except for, the Elisa and Elise stands, and, they can go eat a dick.
They can die. Literally die. Their choice enables them to be dead.
So, honestly, I really like the opening of this game. I really like how the crater is where you wake up at, with Valimar and Celine and Rean just losing a month.
He spends an entire month in a coma, which is a substantially longer time than you ever want to be in a coma.
Right. And, he wakes up and goes, "Where's my friends?" Because, my ex-best friend was killing my friends. And then Celine's like, I'm a bitch.
Well, she's not a bitch. She's a cat. She's just kind of a cunt. You stupid fucking bike. I hate you. Pretend I didn't say that, bike. I love you.
But yeah, I really like the feeling of, having to wait an actual because whenever I played it, it was a in real world month or two in between when I played the games. So like I was panicking just as much as Rean was.
It was so much longer for me. It was quite the ordeal of having to go to. And it really does provide a very good follow-up, continuation, whatever you want to call it, of just the entire ending situation that he found himself in at the beginning of the first game. Where the fuck am I going? Why is this so hard to navigate? Time for movie magic!
By finding himself like immediately in his hometown, it gives him a safe space, but it also makes him worry more about his friends because he's safe and he doesn't know about them. So it makes him stressed out even more.
Pacifists deserve to die.
And then you're stuck with Toval, so like...
And Toval misses. He is the worst.
And Elise.
Yeah, I was doing so good at driving. So this is a place you've never been to, Zeke. Fucking fine, I'm walking. So this is a place you've never been to, Zeke.
Oh, is this that boss everyone calls really stupid?
This is that boss everyone calls really stupid. This is the Galatia Shrine. It is the location of the New Game Plus boss. Now I know what you're thinking. Inside there must be a crazy labyrinth leading to a really cool boss fight. In fact, no. It is just a shrine that leads into a room. And then night, its stats are pretty souped up, but otherwise it is very unintimidating.
Oh, well, do you at least get anything cool out of beating it? Like, how in the first game you got the black records and learn more about some of the characters in the game?
Well, you see, here's the thing. You get an accessory, and it increases your critical hit rate.
Okay, so like it gives you that cool accessory and then it gives you a cool cutscene?
No.
Yeah, and then we find out Rean wakes up in his hometown. Not even his hometown, his actual old bed.
This is Rean's mom and dad. Hi, mom and dad. What up, boom booms? Well, we're gonna go visit our dog.
Also, I know who my real mom and dad is.
I don't. Don't tell me.
Well, my real dad. But that's saved for later in the video.
This is our dog, Botto. This is Rean's dog, Botto. I should make that very clear. This is his dog, Botto. We're not doing anything inappropriate with him. Shut the fuck up. But this is Ymir, the hot springs paradise. Everyone loves the hot springs in Ymir. They're so great they crash the game sometimes. Now I know what you're thinking, Zeke.
Right.
If Ymir is isolated way up here in the mountains, how on earth are we going to get anywhere else in eastern Erebonia?
By using our airship?
Do you not understand the concept of a road trip? No, Zeke, we are going to go snowboarding!
Yeah!
This is Ruhr. It's the mechanical metropolis of eastern Erebonia. Everything here is technologically advanced.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of great exports. It's got guns, orbital arts, orbital artifacts, orbital appliances, and then it has some really crappy exports like Elisa.
Elisa and her entire family, except for Sharon, but she doesn't count. And the only important thing that happens here is that a guy dies.
Oh.
Of all the people that died in the Civil War, only 2 really died in eastern Erebonia.
Yep.
And one of them happened to die right here. And it gave Rean all sorts of trauma for the rest of the war, as one might expect.
I mean, to be fair, really the only one to talk about it was Rean, so...
Yeah, everyone else was just kind of cool about it. They were all like, yeah, Vulcan was kind of a dick. But anyway, enough of Ruhr. It is a silly place with shitty people, and I don't like it. Now we're on the Norsha Highway, and it'll be a bit before we get to our next destination. Time for movie magic! So we have reached the end of the Norsha Highway. It is this giant fucking fortress in front of us.
One thing that I like about Erebonia is there's a bunch of fortresses just in the middle of it.
It really pushes the point of how militarized this is, because in Liberl, they only really have fortresses at the borders. Same with Crossmill. In Erebonia, just given how vast it is and how militarized its culture is, they kind of have to have army places everywhere, otherwise everyone will kill each other all the time. This might not be that great of a place, come to think about it. Anyway, this giant fucking fortress is in our way. We can't go here on bike. And, that's kind of a detriment, so I guess we'll just have to find a way around.
Truth?
You're right, Zeke.
Truth?
There is something we can do about it. There is something
Truth,
we can do about it.
No,
There is something.
No.
And now we're in Trista. Trista is the second hometown of all of Class 7 because it is the home of Thor's military academy, constructed 250 years ago by the lion-hearted...
Yeah, so Truth really is like gonna go on about this place. It's basically just the school Rean went to and the place where they teach little kids on how to kill people. So like, yeah.
It sounds a lot worse when you say it that way.
And it was taken over by the noble faction during the Civil War, so like, Rean had to come in and do like a big old prison break to get everybody out.
Remember when we had to fight our way through here, tooth and nail, killing most of our classmates just to be able to get back in?
Yeah, you remember how we had to fight our way through here tooth and nail and fight most of our classmates and probably kill a few of them just to friend zone Toa?
I'm on the rooftop right now, and this, in case you can't read the sign behind me, is Thor's Military Academy's third dormitory, the House of Class 7.
This was the real cool part of the game, I thought, whenever you could actually have like a romantic conclusion and like a romantic climax with your chosen people.
Quote-unquote climax.
Yeah. I mean, everyone got some really nice times, like Laura got to be embarrassed whenever Rean said he loved her. Emma, no one saw that scene. Elisa proposed and I think kissed our boy Rean. And then Toa, like, put all of her emotions out on a bowl, and Rean went, "You're a good friend, Toa."
Ha ha ha! What? Shut the fuck up. I hate you, Rean.
It's gonna win. Alright, that'll be the last time. I swear. I promise that'll be the last time.
And now we're leaving Trista. Home was great, but now it's time to jet off on our adventure through eastern Erebonia. We're heading to the marketing town of Caldeck.
Oh yeah, Caldeck. The place that got burned down.
It did get burned down. We will see it in all of its burned down glory in a second.
But man, whoever caused that is such a dick.
Speaking of Caldeck getting burned down, we're in Caldeck. It's burned down. Look at all this shit.
Oh god, I made a joke about people dying.
I mean, one person died.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of, you'd think a lot more people would die with property damage then.
Yeah, I mean, look at all this. This is literally, there's a fucking crater in the ground. I don't know how that happened, considering there's like no debris over it. This guy's just sitting at a table, like enjoying his mocha latte, being all like, "This is fine. This is fine." There is another pointless crater here.
Yeah, honestly, the only reason Caldeck was burned down was because they helped out Class 7 a few times. Class 7, who, by the way, was a neutral party in the war.
Also, students. Caldeck is also the first place that Rean visits in order to find his friends. He finds Thea, Machias, and Elliot here. Damn it. I can't believe I remembered Machias, but not Elliot. It's so disappointing. I'm gonna leave now before I embarrass myself in front of the Caldeck people even further. So now we're on the East Caldeck Highway, on our way to a very special place. I'm not gonna reveal where.
But Truth, I wanna know where.
Okay, Zeke, if you wanna know, I'll tell you. We're heading to...
I'm kidding, I don't care.
You'll find out when we get there then. That'll be your punishment for deceiving me. But now, we're in Guerilla Fortress.
Yeah!
Well, we're in the ruins of Guerilla Fortress.
Yeah!
This place did not get burned down.
No!
It was not burned down. It was shot to death.
Yeah, because, I mean, I can kind of see the giant holes in crater.
And these craters are actually, make sense given what happened here.
All Erebonians know is that a giant white light enveloped their fortress.
Indeed. That's all that the propaganda machine put out anyway. But if you look through this giant hole where there's clearly some sort of, missile or something, you will see, or not see, that over there is a place called Crossbell.
I want to go to Crossbell.
Can't go to Crossbell. It's dead. And now it's time for a timely little segment we like to call What the Hell is Happening in Crossbell? Spoilers ahead, so ear 'em up, Zeke.
No, I don't wanna.
Alright, fuck you then. The Crossbell arc of the Trails saga includes 2 games, both of which have yet to be released officially outside of Asia. They're unofficially translated as Trails into Zero and Trails into Azure. In the Crossbell duology, you play as Lloyd Bannings, a recent graduate of Crossbell's Police Academy who has been assigned to the newly formed Special Support Section, or SSS. The SSS is an independent department created to address the needs of Crossbell citizens in a way that the regular police agencies can't. Lloyd is joined by 3 other SSS members, the granddaughter of Crossbell's mayor, Ellie McDowell, a former member of the Crossbell Guardian Force, Randy Orlando, and a member of the Epstein Foundation, Tio Plato. Together, they go around Crossbell busting crimes and solving mysteries. In one important mission, Lloyd encounters a girl hidden away in a violin case to be auctioned off. The girl's name is Kia, and it turns out that she is the Zero Child, and has a psychic link to an ancient artifact called the Septarian of Mirage. Throughout most of the second game, Ouroboros takes advantage of the growing instability in Crossbell, caused by its declaration of independence and the ongoing Erebonian Civil War, to isolate Kia and the Septarian of Mirage. All of this leads to the rising of the Azure Tree that you see near the final chapter of Cold Steel 2. After the SSS saves Kia and stops Ouroboros, Crossbell is invaded by Erebonia and annexed as a new province of their empire. Lloyd and the rest of the SSS continue fighting against Erebonia from the underground, which leads to Lloyd's fight with Rean and Altina in the intermission chapter of Cold Steel 2.
But Truth, what about the ninja lady that was with Lloyd in that one fight?
Play the games and find out.
No.
Then die. And now that we're done in Crossbell...
But I didn't get to go to Crossbell.
And now that we're done in Crossbell, we're back in Caldeck. Yay!
Wait, how did we get to Caldeck?
Don't worry about it. Magic. I drove here. We're in Brehard. This is Eustace's house. This house is haunted because his dad lives there.
I mean, nothing really happens in Brehard. I mean, apart from you getting Eustace at the start, and him deciding to have a race with you, and he's on his horse and you're on your motorcycle. I really don't know how he thought that was gonna work.
But now we're on our way to Legram, the southernmost point of Erebonia.
Also known as the best place on Erebonia.
You're wrong.
Because it's the home of an angel.
Which angel? Michael? Gabriel? Satan? I have gotten lost in this place several times. I thank fucking Christ I am near the end of Ebel Highway. I hate this fucking road. I hate everything in this area, except for the town, I guess. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the town. I mean, I really like the history of Legram. I like the story of the Stahlritter. The lake is also beautiful. Also, it's a really cool concept that they have the giant haunted castle off in the distance.
Yeah, just in case you didn't see that, there it is way out in the distance. And over here is a statue of the Eisenritter, featuring the Lance Maiden.
And here goes Truth again, really kind of going ham on a lot of things related to Erebonian's history. And frankly, he's a moron in some of its spoilers, so we're just kind of editing.
The main attraction here at Legram is way up here at the top of the hill. This is the house of the Viscount, Victor Arcade, who is probably not in his mansion at this point because he is busy dying to make burn in the Infernal Castle. But this is a nice place, and during this part of the game, we all went to that castle over in the distance, and that's where we got Laura and Emma, the two characters who are best at being fuck you buttons if you ever get stuck in a very difficult part of the game. Well, so Legram is the southernmost point of the map. There's really only one place further we can go to, and that's the Nord Highlands. And I know what you're thinking, Zeke. Are we gonna have to bike all the way from Legram to the Nord Highlands just to get to that one spot that no one really likes to go to?
Well, I mean, we have an airship that I've been bringing up multiple times, so we could probably take that.
You know what, Zeke? I have a better idea. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to call our airship, you see, and we're going to talk to Rean's girlfriend, and she is going to give us a lift all the way up to the Nord Highlands.
Where do you want to go?
Everything you said there was exactly right, except for the girlfriend part.
I thought you said you were going to stop, Zeke. Didn't want to relitigate this issue, Zeke.
Oh god, no!
So this is Lake Lacrima. There's supposed to be people here, but I guess they left because shit was getting too real.
Yeah, because, I mean, we kind of got, like, a civil war going on, and Calvard's kind of being, dicks.
And, Crossbell's supposed to have a tree, but I guess they fixed that problem already, which, good for them. Just south of Lake Lacrima, though, are the Nord Highlands, and if you want a place to get lost in this game, this is going to be the place to do it.
Especially at the start of the game, where they make you go there without any horses or bikes.
This place is what we call in the business insufferably big. But nonetheless, it is home to some of my favorite events. Except for the parts where we got Elisa back. Still haven't figured out what this giant fucking Salter statue is for. Maybe we will in the future, but who knows.
I know what it is.
It seems very important, and it's very suspicious to me that they haven't brought it up yet.
I know what it is.
No, you don't. Now I know what you're thinking, Zeke. No, we're not going to travel all throughout the North Highlands because there's nothing really to do here. All the people are gone. Everything is just kind of boring. We can just take a nice little pleasure cruise for as long as it takes until we talk about the ending. Because this is apparently the part of the game that no one fucking understands, despite it being the most straightforward fucking ending ever.
Well, alright, how about we lead up to it first? Because we actually haven't talked about the ending. So overall, the whole game doesn't really have a lot of plot going into it until the last little bit. It's mostly just about saving citizens during a civil war, where, you know, as we've talked about before in the other videos, the Erebonian government has been split into the noble faction and the reform
Noble faction represents Erebonia's nobility, this sort of traditional land-hired class, and the reform faction is all the people, you know, the commoners, the people who want to be involved in the seats of power but don't have that sort of adjective for heritage. After Rean and Co. go up the Infernal Castle, which is the final dungeon because they summoned the fucking dragon and put everyone into dismay, the noble faction
Now,
did.
we should probably talk about this a little bit because we're talking about this out of nowhere. Turns out that the noble faction didn't really want a civil war. They actually, the headmaster, Duke Cayenne, wanted to become an all-powerful ruler by the means of a magic knight. Now, how was he himself? So, earlier he kidnapped family. He kidnapped his family, and it turns out that was the precursor to the little secret. Now, this happened, it turned the entire capital into a giant dungeon. Everything started coming there, awesome happened, Class 7 was going to the castle to fight their long-standing rivals, Zeno, Leo, Big Bird, other people I don't care about, and so finally, they pushed it to the throne. In the throne they fought their old friend Crow and our lovely sisters. And then after that fight, they worked together to fight the Vermilion Apocalypse, Testarossa, which led to Crow dying, but we're not going to talk about that because that makes me cry.
Doesn't make me cry, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, and then it turns out, whenever her girlfriend died, Rufus came out and was like, this is all according to my plan. I was actually part of the Fortress faction, because I just wanted to keep the noble people's lives. I was on the other side all along. And they're like, Rufus, how'd you come up with such a plan? And Rufus is like, no, it wasn't really my plan. It's because I blocked out the Ironbloods. And they're like, whoa, you're part of the Ironbloods, who cares? Osborn's dead. And then they're like, well, actually. And then through the pits of poop, out came Osborn, alive and well. And he looks to Rean and goes, Rean, I'm your papa. And then Rean goes, no. And then he orders Rean to go take over Crossbell.
And Rean becomes a war criminal.
Now, I'll let Truth handle the part he always gets mad at, because it's funny.
So, after the Civil War, Class 7 basically decides we're all going to go our separate ways. They've all decided that they're going to graduate early, for all different reasons.
Professor Truth, but why are they all leaving Rean? It doesn't make any sense. Why is Rean staying and everyone else leaving?
For starters, Elisa is going to business school to learn how to become a business factory. Elliot is going to musician school to learn how to be a good musician. Machias is going to politics school to learn how to be the government. Milliam has to return to her old job, working for the fascists. Thea is taking on a new job, working with the anti-fascists. Emma is going to go look for her dead sister and become a better magician. Crow is dead. Laura is going to go train with her father, who is going to throw swords at her in the middle of the mountains. Eustace is going back to take over his government because his father is a war criminal, and his brother is in the process of making war crimes happen all throughout Crossville. And Gaius doesn't really have a reason. He just gets tired of all the white people shit and decides to go home. And who can blame him?
But also, Professor Truth, how are we supposed to know that was the reason?
Talk to people.
Oh.
I get that being antisocial and playing video games goes hand to hand, but video games should be the one place where nerds should be able to talk to people without dropping their fucking spaghetti and looking like idiots. I'm gonna leave that one in. So now we're back at Lake Lacrima. We've done a tour of the North Highlands. It was really fun. Talked about the ending. I think we really need to end it going back to the Isengard range where we started things. And I know what you're thinking, Zeke.
What?
You're thinking, how on earth are we going to get all the way from Nord back over to the Isengard range when you have so many mountains in the way?
Could we take Valimar?
We're going to do one better, Zeke. We're going to take snowboards!
Yeah!
That's the story of how Cold Steel 2 ends. There's also another dungeon, but even the boss says it doesn't matter, so we're not gonna talk about it. We are standing in the middle of the crater that started it all, back on that cold day at the beginning of December. This has been Trails of Cold Steel 2. Bye, Nara.
I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got
Then die.
All right, Truth, here are my lines for you. Whoa, whoa. What are you doing?